Hello, this is Tyrone, doing my week 6.2 video discussion of the Bonus Army March. I already made notes or typed it out basically while I was at work, so I'm basically just going to be reading off a script. So I'm sorry if this sounds very robotic, and I have to remember that the camera lens is over on that side, not over here, but there we go. So, like I said, I do apologize if this is robotic and unemotional. It's not intended to be that way. But so, as far as what lessons does the bonus march hold for today's veterans of wars, starting with Vietnam War to the conflicts today? I actually went further back for my response. Um, Moving forward from World War One through the Korea and Vietnam Wars and into the global war on terrorism, today's service members and veterans serve under an umbrella of privilege afforded to them by the efforts of the Bonus Army and the Bonus Expeditionary Force (BEF). Their efforts to be fairly compensated for their wartime service during World War One would lay the foundation for the establishment of the GI Bill. The social contract that exists between America and its soldiers has actually been in place since the Revolutionary War. The actions of the Bonus Army and similar veteran protests, excuse me, prior to, sorry, I'm going to start over on that one. The actions of the Bonus Army and similar veteran protests prior to demonstrated to America that the veteran was not only a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield, but also off of it. Their actions could be just as politically lethal as they were tactically lethal. So moving forward, the veteran service to the nation has been has been twofold. First, they serve on the battlefield to defend the liberties afforded all American citizens. They also extend the opportunity for such liberties in foreign lands of the formerly oppressed. Second, the veteran utilizes their GI Bill to improve their social being by becoming doctors, dentists, engineers, teachers, and scientists. The veteran's individual prosperity also contributes to the nation's prosperity. I'm obviously referring to the the GI Bill that was signed into action by President Roosevelt in 1944. I don't have the year right in front of me. Sorry. Um, but as personally, as a veteran, I am grateful for the efforts of the BEF. I had always assumed that the luxuries afforded me through my military service were in place since the creation of the U.S. Army and other military branches. Even today, I'm not fully aware of all the available opportunities since they number so vastly. But as you can see, I definitely know about the 10% discount at Lowe's and Home Depot. So, drive that point home. Yes, all DeWalt. Sorry if you can't see, but I'm a DeWalt nut. 10% at Lowe's, 10% at Home Depot. As you can see over there, the corner, more DeWalt, little DeWalt up there, some DeWalt there, and yeah, I'm playing with the angle here, sorry. So, DeWalt there. Um, so now I have to go back over here to my notes. Okay, hey, I'm back. Find where I was. Give me just a second. Okay, hey, found it. All right. So, being retired from service for 2 years now, I'm still becoming accustomed to civilian life, and it is challenging. And it's challenging differences, such as biweekly pay versus bi-monthly pay. In the military, you get paid on. For those of you who aren't aware, on the military, you get paid on the 1st and on the 15th. Transitioning out, it was an adjustment for me to get paid every 2 weeks, which I thought it was actually going to be easier since I would be getting paid every 2 weeks, but actually it's been an adjustment because for the most part all my bills were set up when I was in the military. So I set them up based on being paid on the 1st and 15th. So now there's times to where I'm past due on some things or whatever, just because, I'm expecting to be, I'm going off of when I was during my military service. Uh, my luxuries in life were not always so. The U.S. military and the government has not forgotten the lessons taught by the struggles of the BEF as they constantly adjust the pay and benefits of service members to be reflective of the needs and demands placed on them by society, ergo, the cost of living and cost of education. When I joined in '97, I believe the GI Bill was 12K, and now, shortly when I got out, it was around 20K. So, um, obviously they didn't just leave it and say, "Hey, we're giving you money for college." They understand times change, and they've adjusted that as we've gone forward. But in the spirit of never again, various measures have been implemented so service members should not have to endure economic misfortune as a result of their service to the nation. So I didn't go into specifically talking about each conflict and how the efforts of the bonus army relate to that. But for the most part, as a blanket concept, um, soldiers were always duly compensated, and they did not have to seek back pay for their actions in the military. That was something that was always handled going forward in any future conflicts. Uh, I think part of it more so was the political pressure that the veterans, that the bonus army and the bonus expeditionary force placed on the government, and they didn't want to deal with that again. They saw how the veterans could organize, mass together, and affect political outcomes. So instead of allowing situations like that to occur and playing favor to the veterans, they just decide to nip it all in the bud before it even started. So this is my discussion post. Feel free to reply and comment. Other than that, have a blessed day and take care. Bye.